Done it? Good. Hang on, they're not ready to start yet. Otherwise we finish too far away from the label. Well, you can't charge these prices and finish up halfway across the record. I told them to put a bigger label on, but they wouldn't listen. I wonder if they had labels on the cylinders. No, I expect they used to put a little note inside them, like you do in milk bottles. Right, well, I think we're ready to go. We'll just hang on for a few seconds for those who were a bit slow in turning it over. All ready? Right. Now, first of all, I must explain that all artistes at one time or another get threatening letters. No, well, that's fair enough. That's what we get paid for. It's part of the job. For the money they pay one must be prepared to risk a few punch-ups now and again. Now, if you got one, what would you do with it? Take it out of the police station? Well, don't. That's where I made my first mistake.
Dear, sir, calm down. Stop shaking, sir. You're quite safe. You're in a police station now. Nothing's going to happen to you here. Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Constable, this letter arrived this morning.
Let's see. Dear sir, better place without you and your kind. Intend to eliminate you. Prepare to meet thy doom. He's a friend of yours.
Hardly sounds like it, does it?
Well, do you recognize the handwriting?
It's typewritten.
Oh, yes. Quite true. It's very well written, you know. You've got a nice turn of phrase. I mean, prepare to meet thy doom. Yes, quite well put, isn't it?
I am not interested in the literary ability of the gentleman concerned. I want to know what you're going to do about it.
Well, what do you suggest?
It's not up to me to suggest. That's your job.
Well, I don't really know. I mean, would you like us to have a word with the gentleman?
Have a word? How are you going to find him?
The police have their methods, sir. As soon as he strikes, we'll have him.
Well, what good's that to me?
Oh, yes, well, it is rather unfortunate you being number one on the list. But after all, we've got to think of the others on the list, haven't we?
I am not interested in the others on the list. I am the one who told you about him. I mean, surely that must entitle me to some priority.
You must appreciate our position, sir. We've got nothing to go on. Until he strikes, we don't know who he is.
But that'll be too late then. I'll be gone.
Why don't you get in touch with him and ask him if he'd mind moving you down the list a bit?
You don't seem to be very interested in this, do you? If I could get in touch with him, then so could you and arrest him.
Supposing you leave the letter with us, I'll have it sent to the crime lab for analysis.
We know what it says. That's all the analysis I need.
Oh, yes, but there's other things the letter says that you can't see. I mean, there might be a thread from his suit, or some bits of sand from under his fingernails.
And what would that tell you?
Well, it helps to build up a composite picture of him. It shows us that he wears a suit with a thread missing. So as soon as he turns up to claim that thread, we got him!
How did you get in the police force?
Now, sir, let's adopt that tone of voice. We're doing all we can. Now, let's have a ponder about this. Yeah. Is that your car parked outside?
Yes, it is.
Do you realise it hasn't got any lights on? And it's an offence to park a car in a main street without any lights on?
Look, my life has been threatened.
That's no excuse for breaking the law. It's an offence to park without lights. I'm afraid I'll have to make a report.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? It's broad daylight. It's 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is. What was I thinking about? Of course, it's this changing over from nights. It's my first morning back on days. And old habits die hard, you know. Well, now, yes. Well, don't you worry. If we find your dog, rest assured, we shall see.
As a matter of interest, did you get any sleep while you were on nights? I haven't lost my dog. I'm the man who brought the letter.
Who's it for?
It's for me.
Well, what do you bring it here for, then?
Look! That's
start again. I received this letter, which is threatened. Is there another police station round here?
Well, you leave it with us, sir. We'll attend to it.
Yes, but what happens if I wake up one night and find him standing over me with a hammer?
Well, in that case, the correct procedure is to pick up the telephone, dial East Cheam 9739, and when they answer, ask for extension 7395, and ask to speak to Constable Perkins. That's me. If I'm not there, try the billiards room.
Thank you very much. I'm sure he'll wait while I do it.
Well, good luck, sir. I'm sure we'll reach the bottom of this mystery.
Thank you, Constable. You've been most helpful.
Not at all, sir. That's what we're here for. Don't you worry, sir. Detection work's not all dashing about in cars like you see on the telly. We might seem slow and unmethodical in our methods, but rest assured, the whole Metropolitan Police Force will be mobilized and working on your behalf.
Now, that's more like it. That's what I came to hear.
Yes, you go home, sir, and get a good night's sleep, and don't you worry any more about it. We'll have him under lock and key in no time at all.
Thank you very much. I'm most reassured.
Goodbye, sir.
Who was that, Harry?
Oh, some crank with a threatening letter. Nothing worth bothering about. Right, your throw. 4-4 for game.
Well, there it is. Could have happened to anybody. Anyway, I'd just like to say thank you for buying the record. Or if you're listening to it in a record shop, don't mess about, buy it. Not for me, but think of the bloke who owns the shop, the poor devil. He's got a living to make the same as the rest of us. But all the same, don't let him fob you off with Beethoven. He's dead. He doesn't need the money as much as I do. Well, thank you again, and that's all. When I count 3, take the needle off. 1, 2, 3.